will start straight about the ties between India and Chile. But there's a great scope for improvement. What do you have to say about it? And when it comes to trade, where are we moving from here?
Thank you very much. Yes, our relationships are very strong and very going stronger year by year. We have received just this year the visit of President Boric to India in April. It was a very successful one. A couple of memorandums of understanding were signed in there, one in Antarctica. And we continue the deepening of our relationships. We share a lot of common values and principles and common interests for the future. In terms of your questioning of the commercial, there is a great scope. Our trade relationship is around 3.2 billion and has been increasing in the last years. Chile is the country of the region Latin America and Caribbean with the only country with a bilateral treaty with India, and we are trying to transform this PTA into a more ambitious and comprehensive agreement. During the visit I was mentioning, the launch of negotiations for a CEPA, a Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, were launched, and the first round of negotiations took place in Santiago in May this year, and the second round of negotiation has just taken place. Sorry, the first round of negotiation took place in Delhi, and the second round of negotiations took place in Santiago these days. We hope that soon for a third round of negotiations. There are many chapters of negotiation, including critical minerals and lithium among them. So the scope for increasing our trade is huge. The potential of Chile being able to be one of the main providers of food and the food security for India is huge. We are producing a lot of agro products of very good quality, very high value in terms of nutrition, quality. All the phytosanitary measures are there, and India is an economy that is growing. The middle class in India is sophisticating more and more. They are asking for more good foods, more proper foods, superfoods, and of course Chile as a provider of that is a real opportunity for both countries. In terms of the negotiation, the idea was to finish these rounds of negotiations by the end of the year. That was the ambition. We hope that we will be able to do that. If not, our good faith is in going in the process, and of course we think that it will be of very, very profitable for both sides. India needs some products that we have, and we would like very much to be able to supply the big and growing Indian market with many products that we are producing, as I mentioned, of a very good price and top quality.
Sir, how many chapters will be there? If you can tell us a bit about that.
Well, I couldn't go into every the chapter, of course, because that is a part of negotiation. But there are more than 20 chapters that are common on this kind of negotiations. We could say, for instance, market access, services, rules on the phytosanitary norms, intellectual property. There are many chapters that are common to this kind of negotiations, and every chapter has a different degree of profundization. I mean, deepening. That depends on the negotiation. But of course, as long as you go close in the chapters, that gives you an idea of how the negotiation can go, and we are hoping that we will be able to conclude these negotiations in time frame.
So what is the time?
No, but the idea, the ambition is to do it by the end of the year. Okay. That was the ambition. We will see. We will try to go on that. It is. We know that it is in the interest of India. It's also in the interest of Chile, to reach agreement, to reach an accord, and our best intentions are there.
Sir, Chile world's largest lithium reserves. India is looking to collaborate with Chile when it comes to lithium.
Yes.
how can two countries work together, and what is the future of?
I think it is a very promising future. We have to find intelligent ways of collaboration. As I mentioned, we wanted to be part of the value chain of the production of lithium products, lithium-based products, and we have to find common grounds on that. It's important not to rely only in raw materials and export the material as it is raw. We believe that part of the development, the industrialization, and increase of technology and innovation needs to add value to the product. So we will find a way, a common ground with India in doing so.
So both Chile and India both are the member of Global South,
Mhm.
and we are seeing so much disruption around us day by day. There are news of disruptions. How can two countries work together for the betterment of the region and the entire world?
Well, diplomacy is there, knowing each other, trying to find common grounds and for common problems. Global South is a very heterogeneous group, and India has, because of his position, his size, history, and many reasons, is one of the countries that should conduct a process of convergence between the countries and the interests of those countries. And of course, we are very much in support of what India has been doing in this field, and we have been trying to have a very proactive relationship in terms of being helping in the solution of or in the finding common responses to global problems within Global South.
There has been an election in Chile, and new president has been appointed. Uh, how do you see ties between India and Chile evolving under the new administration?
Well, the president was elected yesterday,
Yeah.
not appointed yet. The change of government will take place in March next. The relation with India is a long-standing relation. We have more than 76 years of diplomatic relations, and we have a clear vision that India is a growing economy, growing country, very important as a partner, and growing every day. So I don't see any major changes in the long-term relationship with India.
So we are negotiating a trade FTA with Chile.
CEPA, yes.
CEPA. So we are negotiating it, and recently the round of talks were completed. How do you see the talks evolving, and can we meet the deadline that has been set?
Well, these negotiations have started in May, and we just had the fourth round of negotiations. It was a very successful one, and we are very close to finish several chapters of negotiation. The idea is that in December, January, we can have still a new round of negotiation. Could be a final round of negotiation. Of course, that will depend on the negotiation itself. I cannot say, of course, how it could be, but we are confident in going into the right path.
So during your address, you mentioned there will be a chapter on services. How is it going to look like? Can you give us a detail into that?
Well, the negotiation is in process. I know that the chapters of services is well advanced. I will not enter into details because everything should be settled until we can say something about that. But it will be beneficial for both sides, especially for Indian companies that are wanted to do into the Chilean market, and also for Chilean companies doing in the same sector. Services have been a success story in Chile in the last years, a lot of exports on that. So we are looking forward that our CEPA will contribute to the same objective.
There is great interest in India regarding the critical minerals. How the two countries can work together, and is there any interest shown by Indian companies when it comes to critical minerals?
Yes, again, within CEPA, we have a chapter on critical minerals. It is one of the few countries, India is one of the few countries which we have a chapter special in this area. We know of the interest and the need of India for strategic minerals like copper, lithium, and others, and we are, of course, very much in favor of collaborate in the exploitation and added value of these products into the value chain. So, yes, it is definitely part of the negotiation.
So though we have a robust ties, you mentioned that there is a great scope of investment further from India to Chile. Can you specify several sectors that you look at?
Yes, many sectors are open to investments in the country. Mining is one of those because continuously we have projects on that, but a lot of projects on infrastructure also are there. There is a calendar of projects with a huge amount of volume as a market. and green economy, of course, energy, clean energy. We are receiving a lot of investments in photovoltaic, aeolic, and new technology linked to these new investments is very important. Innovation in this area is very, very, very important. So areas like that are of interest and possibilities for Indian investors.
Sir, is there any high-level visit that is being planned from Chile?
Well, recently we had the visit of our president to India in April, and we invited the Prime Minister to visit the country. We hope that one day that will be done. We appreciate very much the interest of India in high-level visits in the last years to our region. So we are looking forward to receive high-level authorities from India. Yes.